The following program has been generously funded by the Patterson Foundation. This book is cool.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to This Book is Cool. My name is Beth Duda, and I'm the director of the Suncoast Campaign for grade level reading. Today, I'm with you in Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial Park on Dr. Martin Luther King Way in Sarasota. Did you know that there are more than 900 communities across the United States that have streets, avenues, boulevards, and freeways named for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.? He had a tremendous impact on people throughout the United States, in fact, throughout the entire world. His legacy influences the way people think and the way people behave to this day. We have a wonderful book that we are going to be talking about today. It's called Martin's Big Words. It's an award-winning book, and we have a special guest who's going to be speaking to us about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and his big words. Our guest is Joel P.E. King, an actor and a director who performs across the United States. Most recently, Joel performed in Sarasota in a play called Abraham Lincoln and Frederick Douglass, A Walk to Respect. Joel portrayed Frederick Douglass.
I have a right to be here and a duty to perform here.
Recently, I had the opportunity to Zoom with Joel and speak to him about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy. Hi, Joel.
Hello, everyone. How are you doing?
Terrific. It's so great to see you.
You as well. You already know, yes.
So, can you share with us one of the reasons why you think this book is cool?
Well, this book is cool for me is because it teaches us that we are more alike than we are different. It teaches us that the whole idea of being better than someone, that's all a figment of the imagination. But what's real is that special spark, that gifting, that calling that each and every last one of us have. But defining that takes exploration, it takes discovery, and then comes the true manifestation of an opportunity to see those things imagined transition to those things that are now real.
Wow, that was beautifully said. You know, this book is a tribute to the words that Martin Luther King used, because his words, I think, inspired, I was going to say a generation, but it's really more than that.
More.
I have a dream that my four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
Why this book is called Martin's Big Words is there are quotes by him on every page. I'm going to show one here that it's when he was a boy in church with his mother. And the quote is, "When I grow up, I'm going to get big words too." So from a very early age, words were important to him. And I think he used those words to help center all of the people that he was talking to. And although he was a preacher in a predominantly black church, I think he spoke to all of us, regardless of what color skin we had, because he talks about truths for all of us.
With this faith, we will speed up the day when men will know everywhere that out of one blood, God made all men to dwell upon the face of the earth.
I know as an actor, you've done work at the West Coast theater troupe, and every year they revisit the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Mr. Charles McKenzie Yeah, delivers that every year, and the West Coast, all that they put together to make that happen, I think is just extraordinary.
This will be the day when all of God's children be able to sing with new meaning. My country, tears of thee, sweet land of liberty of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America's to be a great nation, this must become true.
I said I'm free from segregation. I said I'm free from prejudice. Thank God Almighty. Hey. I said I'm free. I said I'm free. Thank God Almighty. Hey.
And for those words to move and shift a room. You know, they just sit there, but it shifted. I think that's what we're supposed to do, especially as artists. That's our strength, the ability to speak life unto things, and it becomes our reality.
It's been striking to me in recent weeks that the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. are being featured, and some of the wisdom that he shared with us back in the 1960s is just as relevant today. And some of that I find very inspiring, but some of it I find a little upsetting, because I would like us to grow together faster.
Is that some of us are definitely, we start ahead of our time. And I think that's the beauty in moving in your calling, moving in the gifting, because when we say it plants, it cements things for generations and generations upon generations. Martin Luther King was definitely working within that peace, that true sense of divine.
Well, I like that. I appreciate you being with us today so very much. It's always good to see you. I love hearing your wisdom and your thoughts, and I think that as children explore the book, Martin's Big Words, that they too will be inspired to think deep thoughts and to really examine who they are and how they fit in the world.
I think the man said, I wish I could say his name, I don't recall his name, but he said it best: this is a time for robust imagination. And what best than to start with our children? They help us get back to that space where our imaginations are bigger.
Well, I'm all for big imaginations, so
Yes.
I appreciate you. I appreciate the time you spent with us today, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.
Yes, I can't wait to see you.
I really enjoyed talking to Joel about the words of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I want to show you this page in the book. It's a beautiful illustration. We have a quote: "Sooner or later, all the people of the world will have to discover a way to live together." That's one of the quotes that I really like. There are many others in this book, and as you can see, the illustrations are rich and beautiful. I think you're going to enjoy reading this book and enjoy sharing this book with others. The author has also included some great words for our word bank. The first word is the word hymns. Hymns. A hymn is a religious song or poem. The next word for our word bank is the word minister. Minister. That's a word for a member of the clergy, especially in Protestant churches. Our next word is the word courage. Courage, the ability to do something that frightens you. That's having courage. Our next word is the word protested. Protested. That's a statement or an action that expresses disapproval or objection to something. And our final word for the word bank is the word convinced. Convinced. That means to be completely certain about something. That's when you are convinced.
People of America and the nations of the world, that we are not about to turn around. Yes, sir. We are on the move now. Yes, sir. Yes, we're on the move and no wave of racism can stop us.
Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. understood the impact of words and the power that words could have. And that brings us to our activity for this week. I'd like you to put quotes that are meaningful to you in a journal. You can do it in a book as lovely as the one I have here, or in a notebook, or on index cards. It's a way for you to collect phrases that have great impact to you personally. In my journal, I have a couple of quotes from Martin's big words. One of my favorites is, "Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that." I think that's a beautiful thought. Not only can you put quotes from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in your book, you can find quotes from other people that have great meaning to you. If you do find a quote that has great meaning to you, I hope you'll take the time to send it to us. You can send it to connect@grade-level-reading-suncoast.net. Having a journal full of meaningful quotes is something that can become a most precious possession of yours. There's a quote here on this statue that I want to include in my journal. It says, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Before I write that down, I just want to say thank you for joining us. Remember, reading is the key to succeeding, and I hope to see you again very soon. Bye-bye for now, my friends.
When the history books are written in the future, somebody will have to say, there lived a race of people, of black people, fleecy locks and black complexion, cannot forfeit nature's claim. Skin may differ, but affection dwells in black and white the same. These people who had the moral courage to stand up for their rights, and thereby injected new meaning into the veins of civilization. And we're going to do that. God grant that we will do it before it is too late.
Turn me around, gotta keep on marching, keep on trucking, walking up the King's Highway. Yeah.